Dominga Robinson is a lawyer and just recently passed her second and final Law Society of Ontario bar exam. Robinson is Nakota and Jamaican and started her studies at the First Nations University in Regina, graduating with an English degree. Then continued her studies at the University of Saskatchewan in Saskatoon to study law, and then later moved to Ottawa. She says as an intergenerational survivor of residential schools and the Sixties Scoop, she felt the need to support Indigenous people who have been impacted by Canada's colonial legacy, and recognizes that there is an underrepresentation of Indigenous people working in law. We recently spoke to Dominga Robinson from Ottawa. Here's that interview. Dominga, thank you so much for chatting with us today. How are you feeling after just passing your second and final Law Society of Ontario bar exam?
It feels amazing. I am absolutely relieved. There was a lot of stress going into it, but I'm just so happy right now. I'm on cloud nine. I'm so proud of myself. I know that sounds crazy to say, but I am super proud of myself for having made it through this long 4 years of studying. So yeah, I'm super happy.
Well, we're happy for you as well, and congratulations. Dominga, can you tell us in your own words why you wanted to become a lawyer?
Yeah, so for me, it was a personal thing. I'm an intergenerational survivor of the Sixties Scoop and of residential schools. So I've seen the impact that the law can have on not only my own family, but my community. And we see it amongst our friends and family, you know, all across the country. And so I wanted to make a difference in a way that can be really impactful. I think we need more lawyers, you know, to be able to take on these challenges, to advocate for our people. And so for me, I had a previous career working to revitalize Indigenous culture and languages. And so this was just another way to try to help, to assist in rebuilding and enacting our inherent sovereignties. And so, yeah, that's the reason why I decided to pursue this. I always wanted to as a little kid. I always felt it was really unattainable for me, but I decided to just give it a go. And so, yeah, here I am 4 years later.
No, that's great. And you're already working at a law firm in Ottawa here after graduating. Dominga, can you explain how important and rewarding your work is?
Yeah, being employed with First Peoples Law, we work with Indigenous nations all across the country, First Nations communities to draft laws for themselves and to enact governance and negotiate against Canada and the provinces sometimes and industry to protect our rights. And so for me, it's like, I really feel like I'm having an impact, even though I'm only an articling student and I'm just going to be a junior lawyer. The moves that we make as a team at First Peoples Law are long-lasting and impactful for a community. And so little baby steps that we make collectively across the country make a huge impact. So yeah, I'm really grateful to have such a supportive group of people to work with who are willing to teach me about this, because Canada has not made this law very easy. They've made it quite challenging. And so it's really nice to have really understanding and supportive lawyers to work with to help guide me through.
Oh, that's good to hear. And Dominga, what's your message to other young Indigenous students out there who may be thinking of becoming a lawyer one day?
Oh, go for it. Follow your dreams. Trust your heart. You know, we need so many more Indigenous lawyers out here. Our voices are important. We need to be in these spaces carrying the messages of our community, carrying the messages of our traditions and our values and our culture. So don't be afraid I know it can be scary, but you can definitely achieve this. If I can do it, anybody can do this because I came from, excuse me, I came from a hard knocks background, and really had to work hard to get where I am. And if I can do it, anybody can. And I really, really, truly believe that it's so important that we get more and more Indigenous lawyers into these spaces. So, yeah.
Finally, Dominga, really quickly, do you have a shout out back to your family back home in Red Pheasant, Regina?
Pheasant Rump.
Pardon me, Pheasant Rump.
Yes, we get mixed up all the time. Yeah, I want to say, thank you so much to my family and friends, for supporting me. I really couldn't have done this without the support and love of everyone. Pinamaya, to all of my relatives and my community for the love and support to get me through this. So, yeah, I hope to pay it back someday.
Dominga Robinson, we'll have to leave it there. We wish you all the best on your career, and thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Creason.